Adding up the devastated damage. I believe he'll have 7 health remaining. He'll also get that bold 2, tough 2 because of the 6 height counters.
Plus
34. Six is 28. It's got a big printed out Devastator. Still keeps the laser cutlass because it was on hook. It was played legally at first. So it remains on the combined form of Devastator, which will give him PS3, which would be pretty handy against Nemesis. Drops the cutlass for Axe. Fair enough, that puts him to 9 attack with PS2, Bold 2, and Tough 2. Flips a black. Is the Axe. It's lying wait for Scoundrel's Blaster. Interesting, since he's already got a weapon. But you do want to get those lion weights out of your hand. Energy pack coming down, that puts Nemesis to 20 health with 10 damage on him. Not looking good for Sandman. Although Devastator's likely going to block. Huge defense. Disarms the Energon Axe. Not a great defense for Sandman. Yeah. Devastator overkilled by 2. Nemesis's big attack boost. Always great. Sandman chooses to go first this game. Be interesting. Hawk. One shot Bone Crusher on the first turn. Or anyone for that matter. No characters boarded. Onto the battle cards. So while we're on the sideboarding talk, I'd assume Sandman's got any extra pierce. He's bringing that in now. There's attacks through the blue deck. Bigger they are would be really helpful. I didn't see any in his deck, although I might have missed them. Your Hawk, you're probably citing in ways to stop that pierce. It's like Tetranite microlinings and similar. Although it's possible both players are citing in some.
Oh, sorry. I do wonder how much
Sorry?
extra cards Hawk even has in his sideboard. Because I wonder if his sideboard is for OA.
Sideboard for OA. That'd be incredibly interesting.
Because he had three
Pull off.
OA flips. I mean, two OA flips.
He has got a lot of 2-icon cards with the Patroller Perimeters and Legatus Boulders that most people would rather run Hidden Forts and Reinforced Platings in a double prime deck. OA with Optimus Prime would be really good too, because he can keep getting it back.
Yeah. At the same time, it wouldn't make that big of a deal versus Devastator, so that's probably why he wouldn't side into it.
True. 15 damage to a 8 health character is not too good. Strange Hawk playing a 42 card deck with Nemesis. Most of the time. With Nemesis, you want to go as close to the 40 as possible.
Yeah, keep it lean.
Yeah. It's somewhat counterintuitive, the double prime deck, because Nemesis wants to shuffle as aggressively as possible, but Optimus kind of wants you to slow it down so he can get back more actions. Book is taking this a lot more seriously than Sandman, it seems. Man, starting us off. Goes up to 5 cards to start the first turn. Always good to see. I don't think it particularly matters who he attacks here. We're not going to do any damage. But Scavenger going in Nemesis. Well, there's a heavy-handed. I don't believe that was in Hawk's main deck. Not what you want to be hearing as Hawk's opponent. That was likely a sideboard pick as well. Espionage on blue. We get to see Sandman's hand. It has Cyberblades. Curious. The Enigma. Likely you don't pick Handheld Blaster or Lie in Wait. Cyberblade turns off the base defense of the defender, which it effectively gives Sandman +2 attack every time he swings with it. Orc takes the Die Autobots, fair enough, leaving him with no really good actions to play at this stage of the game. Battlefield Legend cares. Scavenger on the dot. And then going for the crop construction. Because Battlefield Legend is notoriously good against combiners. Playing it on the flip, picking it up, playing it, flipping it back down to grab it again, ripping 3 cards out of your opponent's hand is really helpful. Putting the screws on combiners, especially before Devastated drew a card each time he flipped. Wow. That's a big Bone Crusher swing. Brainstorm in Constructicons, that's something you don't see every day. What's that? 10 attack? Bone Crusher? Oh, Sandman missed the energy on the Enhanced Cyberblade trigger. Yeah, if Sandman had flipped an extra blue there, Prime would be half dead. An unfortunate flip. Normally you'd love to see a black icon on Bone Crusher's attack, but on this one in particular, not hitting that second blue really hurt him. Interested to know Sandman's thinking here with going for Bone Crusher as the big attack rather than the Pierce swing later on. Although the characters are getting one shot, minimizing the damage on Devastate is always good. And Bone Crusher does that pretty well. I assume an action in his hand and an action in his scrap pile. So it's a secret action. Again, not going to be able to throw it for 2 damage, but plus 2 attack is always helpful. I have a feeling Hawk-sided in extra oranges over sideboard as well. Or maybe we're just seeing them all really early. Sandman not flipping Scrapper turn 1 has cost him 2 height counters so far. Not what you want to be seeing as the Devastator player. Scrapper gets a laser cutlass. Benefits of Malevolent Architect, seeing 2 extra cards every turn. Really keeping Sandman out of getting screwed over by that espionage. Sandman has managed to knock over the tower. In his flips. And designated target. Those are both likely sideboard picks. And good ones at that. Energon Mace is essentially a permanent fusion borer against Battlefield Legend. Designated target, obviously, amazing on the wheel turn. I understand Hawk has not seen my Predaking deck, which runs 3 of those in the main deck. Hawk has frozen, it appears, on revealing the secret. He gets to keep his secrets for now. Oh, it's back. With the laser cutlass, either from the attack or the pierce, depending on who you ask. Every point of damage counts. We know how many alive on ones there are in this game. I feel like this is always something you see with card draw effects. They see more copies of themselves. And have many good actions to play in his hand. We know he's got that espionage still, but perhaps he's saving that for the turn before Sandman can combine. It's cannon. I believe that was from the sideboard. Doesn't seem that advantageous to Sandman, but it is got that black icon, which might be the reason for it. Although a +4 weapon can never go astray. And then finally added good cards to play. Doesn't scrap for the height counter though. Under Blast are going to be good. Getting that Pierce on Battlefield Legend. That combined with Hook puts Prime to 2 health, which is an achievable amount of damage. Open Agenda coming down again. There's another one where I wonder if Inspiring Leadership, for example, would be the better call in Hawk's deck to shuffle faster with Nemesis. Although, of course, Inspiring Leadership's card neutral, whereas Open Agenda is card positive by 1. Criticizing anyone's deck choices. He's won more games than I have this season, this event so far. Where he's got to go. There is a reshuffle. There's the 2 cards he put on the bottom with the open agendas. He'll get a card out of Nemesis. Putting him to enough attack to likely one-shot everything he swings at. One card. Small deck cuts. All the line coming down. At minimum, saves Hawk 1 damage. Sandman reminding Hawk of the card out of Nemesis. Looking at that Scoundrel Blaster, likely not necessary because Nemesis already has his 30 Javelin, which is basically the same in this matchup. And then flips Hook, draws an extra card. We get a flurry of people joining the playroom. Scrappers. Sandman's just got Mixmaster to flip before it can combine. Orc wants to espionage the Enigma, he has to do it next turn. Black icon, like to see that on the Hook attack. This attack will put Prime to 2 health. Oof. Like to see the first black, but you'd rather see that designated target on the long haul swing. Hawk's in a very good position at the moment. Nemesis is only damaged a little bit, and Optimus is still alive. Although Sandman's characters are a lot less damaged than at this stage last game. Likely an artifact of Hawk siding out some of the compactions. I didn't get to see all of it, but I glimpsed his sideboard while he was doing it, and I saw Leap in a Battle was in there. Either he swapped that out, or he's got extra copies in the sideboard that he didn't bring in. Hawks aware of it too. If he wants to stop the combine, he has to go for it now. Yeah. It functions as a green armor the way people play sparring gear, but downside of sparring gear is, of course, orange and not blue. Enigma may actually be the greenest card in the game. Sandman has a Corrupt Construction, an Extra Padding, and a Brainstorm in his hand. Brainstorm into Corrupt Construction and Enigma would have been good next turn, but Bob's Prime to return heavy-handed. Yeah. Now he's ripped out the Enigma. Heavy-handed is going to maintain its usefulness for a bit longer until Sandman can find. Likely doesn't go for Hawk even though he's got the Pierce. Goes in a Scrapper after realizing the Nemesis ability. Sandman does flip a double blue though. A lot of exact KOs this game, which is hurting Sandman and helping Hawk. Target. judging by his reaction. Flips long hold down. Card draw, it seems. Another espionage. Likely to keep Sandman out of having more power upgrades or power cards in general. Hawk now has a lot of cards in his hand, and Sandman's is dwindling. And same could be said for their characters. Your Hawk, you're probably hoping for a direct damage effect. Your Hawk can smack long haul with Prime. Although, since he hasn't immediately played one, I don't think he's got it. He does. Never mind. Ignore what I said. Long haul survives. Hawk takes it into. Yep. Designated target. Yeah, not finding that until he was no longer able to wheel. That's a lot.
Good games, though. Good to watch.
Good games.
Yeah. And then we'll be
The
back.
first game was really close.
It was, yeah. The first game was quite the nail biter. We'll be back Friday with the
Second,
final
not
match.
so much.
Yeah. With the final match of the round of 16, as we have Brett versus Space Warp. And then after that, we'll move on to the round of 8. Oh, also, we'll have the first part of our teaser for our upcoming release. Thanks for watching. Toodles.
Look out for that.